What's up, baseball world? Welcome along to another edition of Jay's Talk with Jay. Today is going to be special. We've got a head-to-head with Sheldon and Zack. How you doing, boys?
Hello, Jay. How's it going?
All good here. Sheldon, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good, Jay. I'm ready to get beaten up by Zack.
Yeah.
Hey, have some confidence.
I'm just glad to see that you're awake, if I'm totally honest. Basically, this was meant to be recorded yesterday, but someone decided to have a 4-hour nap. But he's here, and we have them both now, so we won't dwell on that too much. There's loads to go through. We obviously had a series against the Nats in the week. Off day yesterday, series against the Braves starts tonight, which I'm looking forward to. But let's go back, I guess, to what are we now? 3 days ago, Tuesday's game against the Nats. Mad Max is the pitcher. Boys, what happened?
Let's just say Vladimir Guerrero solidified himself as at least the first baseman of the future for the Blue Jays, and maybe an MVP candidate this year. Like 3 home runs, 7 RBIs against an ace too. Hitting 2 bombs off Max Scherzer that's definitely something. That isn't something you should scoff at.
Vladdy took Max to school, man. That's the best way I can say it. Yeah. Vladdy looked unstoppable that game. I think he was 0 for 8 or 0 for 11 going into that game. And he looked different in that game. Like he was literally trying to aim for up the middle. And if you take a look at some of those home runs, they were not really pull jobs. They were either almost going opposite field to right center, and the other one was to just slightly off left center. So it seems like he got his stroke back a little bit. But the only negative I can take out of those 2 games is if you take out Vladdy's 7 RBIs, the Jays only scored 2 runs in each of those games. And that's a little concerning. It's almost like it's a Vladdy, then maybe Bo helping him out, and then the offense sputters. So they got to figure out something. I mean, granted, Teoscar's coming back. So,
didn't Kevin go 3 for 3?
Yeah, that's not going to happen all the time.
Yeah.
Kevin getting on, this is not going to happen all the
time. Just trying to play devil's advocate here.
No, well, Kevin, in terms of Kevin, he looked a little bit better. He looked a little more confident. But I don't know how this is going to play out with now Teoscar coming back and George Springer back in the leadoff spot.
Whoa, wait. Did somebody say George Springer back in the leadoff spot? Did we?
I think someone did.
Did we really see George Springer the day after Vladdy hits 3 home runs? How did George do?
Went 0 for 4.
Hey, you know what? Look, George Springer, he did go 0 for 4, yes. But all of the balls he hit were really hard. I thought his first hit was going to be for extra bases. And he could have very well had a 3-hit game, all of those being for extras. Like, George Springer really didn't play a bad game. He got really unlucky. Like, no, he's not a waste of money. I remember one of my friends on Instagram, on his story, said, George Springer screwed me in fantasy. He is officially a waste of money. Like, no one wants to see that. George Springer's not a waste of money.
I put my hands up. As a story, I did write what a waste of money straight after his first but it was straight after his first at bat, right? And it was a joke. I actually said the other day, it wouldn't surprise me if he went 0 for 4.
Yeah, I remember that.
I also said a few days before that he would hit a home run with his first at bat. So I did cover my bases a little bit. But I think, so going back to the original point I was going to make, you hit the nail on the head. How's it going to go? Because from what I can see, everyone was kind of glad that Kevin was moved back to the top of the order. I think most people knew that Springer would hit top of the order. But what do we do with Kevin? He doesn't hit 5th. I don't know what that was all about. Like he's
terrible.
He shouldn't be hitting 5th in the lineup, that's for sure. So where do we put him? I've heard a lot of people say, especially on Blue Jay Center, after the games, people are saying he should be hitting 9th.
I love that idea.
I'd be inclined to put him in ninth. I don't know what I've stood by Charlie up until the day before yesterday. I just didn't see why putting fifth, like, it made no sense whatsoever.
I think because they didn't have a lot of other batters, man. I mean, after that, you got Danny Jansen, who's
the GOAT, Danny Jansen, of course. Batting .45, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm like, who are you going to put? I mean, after Rand, I mean, you sent down Rowdy to the alternate site, so you don't have his bat.
Was that a mistake?
I would say, I don't know, man. I'm 50-50 on it. I kind of get the idea of them sending him down because they wanted to get reps, but you kind of don't have a left-handed power bat in that lineup.
You know, I think we should have actually sent down Jansen, and here's why. See, Ryu is injured. He's on the 10-day IL, right? I do not want to see Danny Jansen catching for anybody except Hyunjin Ryu. And look, I don't care if Danny Jansen calls a great game. Alejandro Kirk defensively is very underrated. He probably has a better arm than Danny Jansen. Could honestly be a better blocker considering he's a big guy. And no, of course his fielding isn't as good as Danny Jansen, and he probably doesn't put down the best signs in every situation. But Alejandro Kirk, he's been heating up. And see, Tellez has also been heating up. So that's why I think Danny Jansen or Jonathan Davis, anyone to me, should have gotten the call down.
I honestly would have sent down probably Jonathan Davis, though I understand why they kept him, because if you got George Springer in center and you want to spell him for a bit, you would probably want to put Davis, especially if Grichuk's playing right and Hernandez is at DH. Like their lineup manipulation is going to be kind of interesting to see now that they have Oscar back. But right now, I probably would have kept Rowdy, and I probably would have sent down Jonathan Davis. And I hate to say it because I like him, but Santiago Espinal as well. And maybe one of the pitchers, because I think you got like a whole load of pitchers in there that you're not seeing on a consistent basis unless it's a blowout like Ty Tice. And you just throw him out there.
Yeah, why is Ty Tice on the roster? Like, when you have Tanner Roark in the bullpen too, you don't need Ty Tice. Or you don't need Tanner Roark. I'd rather Ty Tice than Tanner Roark.
Well, I know Tanner's got there's a family emergency, so he's not, unless he's come back.
Oh, yeah, no, I think he's back now.
Yeah, he is? Okay, so Tice can go, Virgin can go. Do you really need to carry 14 pitchers, man, or whatever they got?
Yeah,
13 and a half.
Listen, Tanner Roark is going to save the Blue Jays season. I'm telling you that. That's my hot take.
Why is he going to be our new catcher or something? Like, is that what's going to happen?
He's going to come in and he's going to throw a game that's going to surprise everybody, and he's going to have like total zeros up on the board, and people are going to be like, "Damn!"
If Tanner Roark threw a perfect game, I'd be angry considering that'd be the Blue Jays' first ever perfect game and second ever no hitter. Like Tanner Roark being engraved in the history of baseball is something I don't ever want to see.
As bad as Tanner Roark has been, and he's been bad. And I know Jay and I talked about it. I'm like an eternal optimist. I think there's still something left in that tank of his. We had Danny Darwin back in 95, 96. That dude was horrible, man. That dude, that was like the original Tanner Roark.
Yeah,
Tanner Roark is 2.0.
No Danny Darwin. No Danny Darwin.
But I think with Danny, well, back end, I think Danny Darwin was just kind of one of those, see what happens. I think with Tanner Roark, like, he had a bit of history and he could have done something, but yeah, I think Tanner Roark's got a little bit something left in him, even if it's in the bullpen for 2 innings here and there.
I don't have it in front of me, but have they announced today's lineup? Something tells me it's going to be a bit of a late one today, only because they've got a bit of a conundrum today. They've already announced that Teoscar's going to play right field.
Yeah, they say he's healthy. He's going to play, but the lineup hasn't come out yet.
So he's going to play right field. I think Springer's going to be DH. I don't see any other scenario there. They don't want to risk him just yet. I'll be surprised if he's going to play centre field today. So if he's playing, if Teoscar's playing right, Grichuk centre, Lourdes is playing left field, who's playing third base? Kevin again?
Maybe Santiago? Like, is he on the roster still?
No, but that's what I mean. Who, like, Kevin's not going to play.
Wait, who are the Jays facing today? Because if it's like
they're
Max,
facing a lefty.
If it's Max Fried, yeah. So I can see Santiago at third, Simeon second, or maybe short. Bo second, Bo short, Simeon second. Springer's a DH, and then Vlad at first, and then like Kirk at catcher, hopefully.
That sounds about right. I think Kevin will probably be on the bench. I think they're going to have Santiago at third base. So I think what we're seeing. Go ahead.
So do you think that Kevin's going to end up being the utility player? I think that's where it's going to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't want to see that. I think Kevin Biggio has serious potential to be an on-base machine. I think he could be Joey Votto without the power.
Oh man!
And without the average, I guess. Exclusively the on-base.
Boys, stop for 1 second because my thing's come up saying that I'm out of time on Zoom.
Oh, did you go more than 40 minutes? Yeah, it says remaining. For me, it says remaining meeting time 10 minutes.
Yeah. I still have 9 minutes 20.
Yeah,
seconds.
We'll probably have to reset and then come back in.
Okay.
I don't know, but we've recorded for like an hour and 30 minutes. Why?
Because when it's only two of us, we can record for as long as we want. But under Zoom's regulations, if it's three or more, you only have 40 or 45 minutes.
Oh, great.
So what you could do is do this, then send another meet, and then we'll just come back in and we'll just do it in segments.
It should be the same meeting ID and password.
You may have to change it.
No,
actually, no. You know what? Okay, we'll try and see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Just remember, we were talking about Kevin Biggio and being the utility guy.
Yeah. So let me ask the question again. I'll ask the question again, and then you can carry on from where you were. So do you think that Kevin's going to end up being the utility player?
I don't want to see that, but I can kind of see it. Like, let's say we went out and got a shortstop this offseason and brought back Marcus Semien to play second, I could honestly see Bo moving to third, which is something I don't think many people have talked about. Or just, let Semien walk, sign a shortstop like Story or Seager and let Groshans play third or whatever.
Did you just say that Bo's going to go to third?
I could actually see that becoming a thing.
You've been drinking, young man.
No, here. I haven't gotten into Grandpa's cough medicine yet. Here, Bo Bichette. I think Bo Bichette, like, this isn't even by baseball standpoint, really. I think he has too much swagger to be a second baseman. But hey, if Bo becomes a second baseman, in 2 years he'll be the best second baseman in baseball. So I'm not complaining.
My feeling, Kevin, is I like the fact that he's an on-base guy. The way the lineup is constructed with the player personnel that they have, Kevin. I mean, if you want to put Kevin batting second between Springer and Vladdy, and have Bo at fifth or sixth, that might work. Next year, I really do want to see Kevin back at second. I like the fact that he's an on-base guy. He does grind out at bats. And just for everybody who's listening, Tanner Roark has now been released from the Blue Jays. He's been DFA'd.
You're kidding, right?
No way.
He's
just been
You heard it here first.
No. My God!
If this
I'm going to tell you exactly what was said. As per the Toronto Blue Jays, Teoscar Hernandez has been reinstated from COVID-19 related illness and will be inactive tonight. Jonathan Davis has been assigned to the alternate training site, and Tanner Roark has been DFA'd.
Wow.
So that came across at literally 4:45 p.m.
If only we were gone live.
Oh my
Twitter.
God. Twitter, yeah. The Twitter isn't working. I don't have an account. You're kidding. Surely this is some late April Fools. You're kidding, right? Wait.
Can you guys see that?
Oh my God!
I can't even see the screen. I ain't got my glasses on.
Sorry for the voice crack, but Tanner Roark
Okay, so I take back the fact that Tanner Roark was going to save the Blue Jays. I think it was a vile, disgusting move by the Toronto Blue Jays.
That is so ironic, Sheldon. You just said Tanner Roark should have saved the Blue Jays, and immediately after, he's getting... Oh, yes!
That's it. I hate the Blue Jays. I'm never wearing this hat again. They have ruined my life.
Wow.
No more Blue
Look at that hair.
I need a haircut. Yeah, that's why I chose to wear that this week.
There you have it. That's probably a first Jay's Talk with Jay exclusive, kind of, because obviously you're going to know this already by the time you listen or watch. But that's mad. Like, I didn't expect that to happen today.
I didn't expect it to happen either.
That's made me smile nearly as much as Vladdy hitting 3 home runs.
Ty Tice is now the guy that comes in when we're down 10 runs or up 10 runs.
It makes you wonder what's exactly going on with Tanner Roark. Maybe he feels like he's got nothing left, and this could have been a situation where maybe he asked for his release.
Yeah, maybe he's already got his next move, and that's what he went to go and deal with. That would make sense. Look, fair play to him. We've got rid of him. We can all celebrate now, and we can all breathe. He's not going to pitch again.
I mean, hey, the Orioles could use Tanner Roark, you know.
If Tanner Roark does show up again on another team and he does well, I think all of us will be like, "What the hell is happening here?"
Yeah,
but,
it was the AstroTurf. It was the AstroTurf. Oh no, hang on, wait. We're not playing in Skydome. He has no excuse. I'm sorry, but there is no. If he does pitch well for someone else, then he just was with us with the money. That's it.
It could be, it could be the money. It could be the fact that maybe he didn't get along with Pete Walker. That could be an issue as well. I'm not saying that Pete Walker's a bad guy. I think we've seen him do really, really well.
Tanner Roark and Troy Tulowitzki are now going to go run off into the sunset, never be seen again.
I don't know if run is something that Troy Tulowitzki could do. It's definitely not in his time with us anyway. Maybe with a walking stick. I tell you what, though, one thing that comes from that, and I think I've already said this, it shows you how much they've really been impressed by Espinal.
Yeah, I think Espinal's been very impressive from. Remember, they got him for Steve Pearce a few years ago, and he's got what you want, man. He does a lot of things that kind of flies under the radar, but he's a good little player, man. I would like to see him get a few more reps. Hopefully he gets a few reps. But no, it's congratulations to, I guess, Espinal. He's the one who survived that little tweet with Jonathan Davis getting sent down.
And he was the last one. He was the last one to come up as well, right?
Yeah, his story's his story is really, really nice to hear. So kind of 20s and get an opportunity to play, and it's a good story. But we'll hopefully we see him again sometime soon.
Yeah, what's kind of sad to me is that unless Groshans gets traded for a big pitcher at the deadline, I don't see Santiago Espinal really on the team much longer, especially if Joe Panik's going to be sticking around as a veteran for these amazing teams that we're going to have in the future. I don't really know where Santiago sets in. I can see him being a part of a deal for like Herman Marquez or John Gray or Sonny Gray.
I think a team that needs a shortstop or a backup infielder will probably take hands on him. With the Jays, I don't know if Panik will be here after this season. I can see Panik gone.
Yeah, I can't see him staying.
But we got to see what the roster configuration.
Hey, I like Panik. I want to see him on the team. He's a good lefty infielder. He's a veteran. I know he made a couple errors the other day, but get past that. He is a good defender, especially at second base. He's a Gold Glove winner. He isn't that old, like 31. I don't know, but see, I want to see him on the team for at least another year after this, or even 2. Where else would Joe Panik even want to go? I think he likes Toronto. He wouldn't have come back if he didn't, even though he's never played in Toronto. Maybe he just likes Florida.
When he played with the Giants, he was pretty good. And, I was kind of shocked that they let him go. He became a free agent. But, no, he's a good left-handed bat. He does a lot of the things that you need to do. He's not superstar. And I don't think you need every position to have a superstar, but you need guys who want to win. And, I don't know if I see him after this year. He could be. But again, we'll have to see how they configure their lineup, how they configure their roster in the offseason.
So before we go any further today, just to let you know, we've had loads of technical issues and there's been loads of problems, but we hope that we've managed to sort them out now. And when I say technical problems, we're not talking about Sheldon being asleep. I'm sure I said something like that when I recorded this previous time without recording them. It's been a bit of a mess. However, we're getting there. So, but the main reason that we've decided to do this is that Blue Jay Center and Blue Jays Retro have been doing a weekly quiz, and Sheldon has been getting 100 out of 100 every time. It's not even close to 100. But so you said that it was 27 out of 30 that you've got so far, right?
Yeah, that's what Steve told me. It was 27 out of 30.
It's pretty impressive. I know that last week I think I got 0. I think I scored 0. And that's really bad. Like I shouldn't have even played. I wasn't concentrating on what I was doing. I wasn't even really looking at it, and I was just like, "Yep, answer." I should have probably stopped. Anyway, Zack, however, seems to think that he should be up there challenging as well. Now, as the quiz goes, it's pretty wide ranged. It's not just new stuff. It's not just old stuff. It's kind of across the board. So Zack thinks that he should be challenging Sheldon. Now, on Blue Jay Center last week, Zack actually put a question to Sheldon. And Zack, what was that question?
How many times in Carlos Delgado's Blue Jay career was he intentionally walked?
Sheldon, what was the answer?
I got it wrong. I think it was 186 and I guess 176. So
I even made a multiple choice for him.
Yeah, but I can't see the numbers. They just read it to me. I couldn't see the numbers.
Oh yeah. You still got
Excuses.
it wrong.
But yeah, so that's where we are now. So I thought, what better to do than have the first ever Jay's Talk with Jay quiz as a head-to-head, Sheldon versus Zack. That's where we are now. They've both got 5 questions for each other. We're going to see who the ultimate champion is. We've decided to do it 1 question on, 1 question off. Sheldon's going to go first. So without wasting any more time, Sheldon, fire away that first question.
All right. So first question. Which pitcher recorded the lowest whip in a season?
Ooh. That is a hard one. I'm leaning towards this is 1 season, right?
Yeah.
Is this starters only or like relievers too?
Starters and relievers.
Oh, I'm leaning towards like Tom Hankey or Dwayne Ward. Or of course there's Clemens, Dave Stieb, like the guys that Cy Young candidates. I'm actually gonna Tom Hankey.
No.
Oh, I thought that was a good guess. Who is it?
No, it was a very good guess. It was Mark Eichhorn. 1986.
Really? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He pitch that year? Didn't he make 90 appearances, like over 150 innings?
Yeah, he did it. 89 appearances, 160 something. He was very, very, I think it was like 2/3 of an inning short of qualifying for the ERA title. But he was a beast.
God, how do you have a whip that low in that, like?
Oh, you should. Yeah, he was. I think it was first season. Might have been his second season. Might have been his first season. But dude was just unique, man. I don't think anybody had seen him at that. I seen a pitcher like that in Toronto at that time, and he just came in, just blew everybody away. He was good.
Yeah,
he was really, really
like
good.
That's all. That's like. That's something you'll never see again. No one's ever going to throw 90 innings as a reliever again.
1986
or sorry,
year.
90 appearances.
90 appearances. Yeah, it's very difficult for that now to happen. But that's how it was back then.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Zack, go on.
Okay.
Fire away.
Okay.
Beat down the old man. Beat down the old man because,
I have some confidence.
I have no confidence.
Right now you're the champion. Okay, my first question. Who has the most sacrifice hits in their Blue Jay career?
Most sacrifice hits. Alfredo Griffin.
You're right.
Yeah, I don't think
That's a hard one to get right.
No, you know what? I remember when I was growing up, dude just used to. He was really, really good. There was actually, I'll send you the article a little later on about.
Like he's the first ever good Blue Jay. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
But there was an article about sacrifice hits, and I'll send it to you when I get a chance. It's a pretty interesting article how they used to play it back then to how they play now. It's a really good article. So I'll send it to both of you.
Oh,
All right.
thanks. Do you do
Okay.
remember that I'm still here, yeah?
Yeah, well, you know. All right, so I'm going to ask this one. It's another pitching question, but it's a career question. So it's a pitcher.
Okay.
Most games in a career as a pitcher.
For the Jays,
Oh, wow.
Dave Steeb's obviously an option. He'll be an option for all the pitching questions unless it's losses. Actually, even that's an option. I know I had that one question when we weren't recording, but Jim Clancy.
We weren't going to tell them that we've done this twice.
Did you not already? Okay, yeah, just cut that out. Wait, what was the question, Sheldon? Like, I genuinely don't remember.
Most games played in a career as a pitcher.
In their career. Oh,
As a J,
God.
as a
Yeah,
Blue Jay.
Dave Steeb was here for like at least 11 years, I think. 80 to 92. I don't know. I'm gonna go with Dave Steeb.
Jason Frazier, 505.
That's quite.
That would make sense though.
See, that's not illogical though. I was leaning towards him. Just yeah, that's a good one. Now I'm getting tripped up.
Listen, you know this stuff. You're just having mercy on the old man. That's what it is.
Okay, so my next question: who had the most balks in a single season? Actually, sorry, no, across their whole career for the Toronto Blue Jays.
Balks. Shoot, man. Juan Guzman?
No, it was Dave Steeb.
Really?
Guzman's probably up there. Just
yeah, because Guzman was all over the place with his funky delivery.
Why he probably has the most wild pitches in Jays history, but surprisingly, Steve has more balks.
Damn. Did not think about.
You think of Dave Steeb as just the perfect pitcher?
No, I just liked watching him pitch, man. I just wanted to see him. I just wanted to see him get angry, man. That's what I wanted to see.
Didn't seem very angry when he lost 4 no-hitters.
Oh man, that was classic, bro.
Okay, so where are we? So you've that's 2 questions each so far, yeah?
Mm-hmm. Yep. All righty. Okay, I give you this one.
Okay. Let's hear it.
Highest defensive WAR in a season.
Oh, it's probably between Barfield, White, and Mosby for me. Like maybe Tony. In a single season, did you say?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This could be a completely random one, like maybe Ryan Goins. Tony Fernandez. No, Devon White.
Devon White, 1992.
Yes!
Pull it out right at the end there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's clutch. I'm not cheating. All
right. Fire away, buddy.
Whamco.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So my next question. I don't even need my phone for this. Who has been hit by a pitch, or who has the most hit by pitches in a single season for the Jays?
It's either. Shoot. I'm going to say Reed Johnson, but I don't think that's right.
It's Shea Hillenbrand.
Shea Hillenbrand. Yeah, it was Shea Hillenbrand.
Oh.
It was one of those two. I was going to say Shea or Reed. I think Reed's got the most for a career as a Blue Jay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right about that one. I thought you were going to get that one. I won't lie. Okay.
No, I was thinking either Shea or Reed. I know Shea was up there that season. Like he only had like 1 season.
Yeah, he got hit by pitch like 22 times, 23.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Most losses in a season.
Season. I remember you brought up a guy before, something Hansen. I
Just
don't
bash this poor guy.
I don't remember his name, to be honest. So I'm just gonna go with that's a hard one. Todd Stottlemyre.
Oh, you were close. He had 17 losses in the season. He went 13 and 17 and went, but it's not Todd. I would have taken two of them. Actually, two guys had 18 losses in the season. And
Oh
this is way
my
before,
god, that's one off.
Yeah, this is way before your time though. It was Jerry Garvin and Phil Huffman.
Oh
They had
yeah.
18 losses. This is when the Jays were horrible.
Yeah, like this late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, Garvin in 77 and Huffman in
Yeah, I know Phil Hoffman. Just not somebody I would have guessed.
I believe that
Okay.
was one had
He's pulling it out of the bag here. It's like Sheldon's got something to prove here.
I got nothing to prove, man. I want him to face Steve so Steve can suffer.
Oh yeah. I was talking to Sheldon about this before, but Steve, if I win, I want to face you. I want to. I have your personal. You made the mistake of following me. I will leak your personal, Steve.
There you go. The challenge has been thrown down already, Steve. So if you're watching, Zack wants to take you on.
On this show.
If he wins this, I don't know if he's going to win this though. Now,
Okay. Well, this question's gonna be This one's gonna be tripping Sheldon up. Okay. I'm gonna make sure I have the wording right here. I'm literally reading this. What was the longest Blue Jays game played at home in innings?
In innings.
In innings.
at home.
Home game. So
At
not
home.
not the Cleveland game where we lost 2-1 in the 18th. Bad nostalgia.
I want to say there was one that went in the 20s because the Cleveland game went 19. I think there was one that won like 23 or 26 innings.
Is that your final answer?
I want to say 23.
Close. It was actually a 6-5 win against the Detroit Tigers in 19 innings.
19.
Yeah. I was expecting something like 22, but it's actually 19. Kind of surprising. Were those the third questions or fourth?
This is going to be my fifth.
Oh, okay. And is it tied?
Let's just see. So so far, I'm pretty sure that Sheldon, you got 2 correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Zack,
wait, what 2? He got the sacrifice hits. Yeah, that was it. Because he picked Reed Johnson. What's his name? I always forget.
Reed Jansen?
Yeah, he didn't pick Shea Hillenbrand for most hit by pitch, and he didn't pick Steve for box, so it's 1-1.
That's only 3 questions. What's the 4th question?
I just asked my 4th. It was what was the longest home game?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
1-1.
Okay, so it's tied. So tied 1-1, and there's 1 question each to go.
Mm-hmm. All right. So this one, I think you'll get this one. This one's a good one. Most defensive wars in a career.
What do you mean wars? Like per
Defensive
season?
war. No,
Yeah,
in a career. Defensive war. Not offensive war, defensive war.
Oh,
this one you should get. This one you should get.
Well, I know a lot about baseball stats. I'm not trying to be cocky, but I don't know how I don't know defensive
says the 12-year-old.
I don't exactly know how defensive war is like how it's accumulated. I know there's RZR, UZR, DRS, OAA, but like
that's all a bunch of stuff that I try not to pay attention to.
Yeah.
All right, you know what? You want me to change the question then?
No.
You lost me at war. If I'm honest, like I'm just listening.
Okay, now. Defensive war in a season, or in a career.
In a career.
Oh God, how much do outfield assists account for that? I mean, Barfield, I don't know how much outfield assists account for that. Barfield could be up there considering he had by far the best arm of the 80s. There's Mosby, obviously. There's Devon White. Tony Fernandez played for the Jays for a while. I'm gonna go Tony.
Bingo.
Yes.
Oh,
Goal
wow.
point 4.
Okay.
That's it.
No,
Oh,
no,
no,
no.
you got one. You got one.
Yeah, I have one
Yeah.
more question for you. Okay.
The pressure's on.
Who had the most ABs in their Blue Jay career?
Most at bats in their career. Tony was around for a while. Carlos was around for a while. George never walked. So did Vernon. Vernon was horrible. That's a. You know what? I'm gonna take Vernon because he had a huge
No, it's
Really
Vernon Wells.
season. Oh, okay.
Wow. I did not think you're thinking that time period. I thought someone would totally throw you off.
I was thinking that Vernon had. I know he had like 678 ABs, but he also had some like George didn't play as long, and Tony was kind of up and down. When he came back the second time and the third time, he wasn't really at the top of the order. So that's why I went with Vernon.
Yeah, it had to be someone close to the top of the order, right?
Oh no.
So
Okay.
it's 2-2, no? Okay, Jay,
Yeah.
what's your question?
Do you know what? I didn't prepare one because I honestly didn't think that either of you would be as bad as you have been, considering.
Wow.
These
Wait a
are
minute,
hard
so that
questions,
means-
Jay. You wouldn't do any better.
No,
So
but I'm not
that
the one.
means-
I'm not the one challenging anyone, right? I'm
So
not the
that
one.
means
Yeah.
that means both of us challenged Steve.
Oh well, yeah. Maybe that's what we should do.
So
Maybe
that
that's what we
means
should do.
Jay's got to put us all together.
Oh,
And
I
then-
like that. I like that.
And to make it fair, Jay should give us the questions.
Okay.
I can do that.
Steve-
Yeah, I can do that.
Sheldon.
I can do that.
Sheldon and Steve, if you guys don't show up on Jay's Talk with Jay's podcast next week, I will leak both of your personals on Jay's and 6. On Jay's and 6. So I'm expecting a fight here.
You do know Jay actually does the show, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Okay. All right. So look. So it looks like we haven't got a winner. I did think that there was going to be a tiebreaker question. However, they did not want me to do what color socks I'm wearing. So we will leave it there with the quiz as far, but we'll try and speak to Steve. We'll try and see if we can get Steve in on this. And if you guys are up for it, we'll try and get this done next week. And then we'll see who the real champions are. I might speak to Rob as well and see if he wants to see if he
Rob
wants to
is
kind
good.
of.
Okay, Rob, I don't have your personal yet, but I will get it.
But yeah, maybe that's what we'll start doing. Maybe we'll start throwing in so like we'll get a few of you in there and let's see who really has got the Jays brain, so to speak. Good effort all round though. Good
This is
effort
going to
all
be a
round.
Royal
though.
Rumble then.
Yeah, basically first one.
That was a good game, Sheldon.
First one over the top rope. We won't tell you who won originally when we recorded the first time because that wouldn't really be fair.
Yes, it would. Zach won the first one.
One of them did
No.
win.
I got none right. Sheldon actually went 5 for 5. He's living
That's
up.
That's the biggest pile of crap I've just heard today. But I'll.
But
Yeah,
not the
I
biggest
totally
news
went
that we've
5 for
heard
5.
today. That's for sure. Okay, right. Okay, guys. So let's try and see if we can wrap this up quickly. Series coming up against Atlanta. We know what the lineup is for today already because we're literally half an hour away from the game starting. No, an hour away because they've changed the game time now, haven't they?
Yeah, 7:37.
Yeah, I know. I was really pleased when I saw that they decided to make the games later. Really cheered me up. Okay, so Atlanta, we know that Teoscar's back tonight. We know that Espinal's playing third. Guys, what's your thoughts on the series? I've got the Jays down to win this 2-1. I think they'll take the game tonight, and one other.
Yeah, I think Robbie Ray should put on a show tonight. If I'm being honest, I don't know. You know, I don't know if it was if his last start was against Kansas City or if it was against Tampa. No, it was against. Never mind. But I think Robbie Ray. I think he's gonna go out there tonight. He's gonna strike out 7 in 5 innings, 1 run or 2, and my thoughts on Espinal at third at least. I like it. I want to see him get some reps in because I see Biggio becoming a super utility guy at this point because he's Simeon on his contract. I'm pretty sure he's only going to be playing second or short. And I mean, Biggio, he just doesn't have the arm of a third baseman. And an arm isn't really something you can develop at where he's at this point. So I don't know. I honestly see him becoming a utility guy for most of the season. I think you'll see Aspinall get a lot of reps at third.
I think the Jays will take 2 out of 3. I think tonight's game, I mean, they're both throwing lefties. Both teams have strong right-handed hitters, so it's going to whoever gets to the lefty first. With Robbie Ray, if he's wild, then this could be a long, excruciating game. He may not give up a lot of runs, but the Jays offense, take away Vladdy's explosion against Max Scherzer, again, is still not clicking on all cylinders at the moment. I think tonight, if we might be surprised, we might see a Springer dinger tonight.
I'd just like to see him hit the ball, if I'm honest. Like, I'd take anything at the minute. I wasn't expecting miracles from his first start. I just think that the players are there now. I think, apart from Rowdy not being there, I think we all thought that Rowdy would be in and around the starting lineup. He's not. So I think with what they've got now, that's their starting players. And apart from Kevin probably not being in there, I think it's good. I think we touched on Kirk's batting 9th. I don't understand why he's batting 9th. I would probably put him 8th, put Espinal 9th if Kevin's not playing. Just makes it look a little bit better of Tyler. But saying that, Kirk could go and hit 3 home runs tonight. Who knows? He's got the power to do it.
I think Kirk batting 9th, because he's a little bit more patient than Espinal. He might be able to get on base for Springer. And if Springer can do some damage, if he's, up to his normal standards, we could see some offense tonight.
The Kirk Springer connection. That sounds like a good one.
Look, I'm just excited to see baseball. Like, these off days have been a bit strange. Like, there've been far too many off days in the last couple of weeks. It seems a bit stop-starty, which I don't think's helping. It doesn't help. Like, we literally are going, we win 1, we lose 1. We win 1, we lose 1. We might win 2, then we'll lose 1. So I think that from this week, so I don't think we've got any off days now for a few weeks.
I think this series and then the Oakland and Houston series, I can't say it's early anymore because now we're going into May, but we'll see what we'll see what their pitching is made out of, because now you're facing 3 teams that can score, 3 teams that can do some damage. They're going to have to figure out their pitching rotation, because if Hyun-Jin Ryu comes back in at any time in that Oakland-Houston series, then that's a bonus. But you're basically running on Mats and Robbie Ray and three bullpen days, basically.
I want to see Trent Thornton get I know he started the bullpen day, but I want to see him actually get some legit starts in, at least 5 innings, good innings, of course, not
I think
10 Roark innings.
Yeah.
I want to see, now that Ryu is injured, I think Anthony Kay has a spot, because Like, you don't want 4 lefties in your rotation. That'd just be a disaster in the AL East. So now that Ryu is out, I think K will get some starts, like 2, 3. And then the last spot is probably a bullpen day, or maybe like, I would have said Tanner Roark, honestly, but he's not on the team anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe Travis. No, too many lefties. I don't know. Last spot is really a bullpen day.
Yeah, I think they'd probably go with David Phelps or something on that bullpen day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to see Thornton pitch 4 or 5 innings.
See, I wanted Thornton to be the. Sorry to cut you off there. I wanted to see him be the 5th starter the whole year. I wanted it to be like, Ryu, Pearson, Ray, Matz, and then Thornton. Like that's who my ideal 5th starter was. Like, not Tanner or Anthony K.
I was thinking Ryu, Pearson. If Pearson wasn't ready, I would have thrown Thomas Hatch in there if he was healthy.
Yeah, I would have, or even like Patrick Murphy if he was healthy.
Mm-hmm. Worst case scenario,
the Hatch one's a weird one because it didn't seem like there was too much wrong there, but now it's like, will we even see him?
And I think we'll see him. We'll probably see him at the end of June, beginning of July, maybe. And you'll see him in the bullpen.
Wait, do you think Thomas Hatch will do you think they'll do the same thing as they did in Nate Pearson and give him some starts in AAA?
Yeah, I think they should do that.
Yeah,
they should do that.
Yeah.
Unless they bring him right into the bullpen, that could be something they can do.
I think we need some immediate help, especially if Thornton is going to the rotation. I want to see whoever comes back first between Pearson and Murphy. Well, no, not Pearson, like Murphy or Hatch, or if Manoa gets off to like an amazing start. I want to see one of those 3 come up and pitch in the bullpen.
Yeah, on another show, I said that I don't think we would have seen Manoa and Simeon Woods Richardson this year, but now it looks like they're throwing Manoa right into AAA, and looks like they may have designs on bringing him up at some point. And I think we still have Jacob Vargas packed somewhere. Did he
get DFA'd? Like, where is he?
I thought he got DFA'd, but they kept him.
Yeah, I don't know.
So he could be an arm.
Yeah. He'll probably take, if he gets called up, he'll be taking Tanner Roark's mop-up role, probably.
Probably, most likely.
I think a lot of questions will be answered over the next few weeks, like in regards to rotation, bullpen. I think now that the hitting lineup is more or less there or thereabouts, I think that's where the concentration is going to be. We've all talked at points over the last couple of weeks about who would go, who would come in. I think we can actually ignore what happens on the offensive side now for the next 10 days. I think let them all get into some kind of rhythm, some kind of pattern. If they score 10 runs, great. If they don't get any hits, I think you kind of just have to leave them to it now. But the pitching side is a little bit worrying with the amount of pitchers that have gone down injured, or just haven't performed anywhere near the capabilities that they could have. I think that's where all of the focus needs to be now. And like I have no problem with seeing some of these kids like Manoa pitching in 4 or 5 games, and if they look like they did in spring training, bring them up, man. Like, seriously, what have we got to lose? Especially if we were in with the shout of making the playoffs, which at the moment we are, because no one seems to really be making that burst away. I just think that if you've got so many youngsters in your batting lineup, why can't you have them pitching? What's the difference?
I think with the pitchers, I think they're a little more, if they get shelled, that could actually hurt their psyche a little bit. That's always been the perception. I mean, we could just look at Roy Halladay. He got beaten up pretty badly, and then he had to send him back down. But not everyone's Roy Halladay. Not everyone can actually have the mental fortitude to come back and do what he did. But it's a good story to have. It's a good example of, someone who got, pummeled, went down all the way down to A ball and worked his way back up. But, do you really want to, it's one of those things where I'm starting to see why people say Alex Manoa, and I get it. He was really good in spring training, But
He was
what
he was
happens?
better. He was better than really good. Like
Yeah, he was.
let's face it. Out of all of the pitchers that kind of pitched during spring training, he was probably the one that stood out the most.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
he
was
might have
good.
been our best pitcher in spring training. Like
Yeah.
he was the most
But
eye-popping, in my
yeah.
opinion.
But remember, that's spring training, right? If we went on everything that happened in spring training, then it would be a totally different animal. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you can't discontinue it. But I it looks like Alex Manoa could be coming, which surprises me. But
I think sorry to cut you off there.
mhm.
I think the Manoa we saw in spring training, that could be him out of the bullpen in the major leagues. Like if let's say hypothetically Manoa becomes like our closer or something, because I know Charlie wants Thomas Hatch to be in the rotation, and that basically fills it out. So Manoa in the bullpen could be a weapon. I'm not overrating this. He could be a Hall of Fame reliever, and you don't see many of those.
We're kind of assuming that's going to happen. And I've said to Sheldon before, I don't like playing like fantasy manager where we're trying to guess how Charlie would or how the front office are going to play this. But if let's just say that they are thinking Manoa, does that say to us that they're not going to go big trade wise?
No, it doesn't say anything like that. Just if you go with Hyun-Jin Ryu, Matz, Ray, Pearson, and you could always use another starter. And if it's going to be a couple of prospects to get John Gray, Sonny Gray, Luis Castillo, whoever it might be, then so be it. But the Jays have a lot of prospects they can use. They have a lot of capital that they can use to make a trade. The question is who they're going to target if they want to target someone.
Yeah,
See,
that was my thinking. Who and if.
Let's put it this way: if Alex Manoa comes up and he's in the starting rotation and he does really, really well, then I don't know if you really need to make a move. But if he's in the bullpen, then the question is, do you go get in this starter or do you survive with 4 starters and a bullpen?
if Manoa's in the bullpen or in the rotation, I think we pull the trigger on, let's say the Brewers are struggling. And I know this will take more than Sonny Gray to get, but I'm willing to do like Groshans, Palacios, and maybe Nick Frasco to acquire Josh Hader, or maybe a team like let's say that the Giants do come back down to earth like we're all expecting them to. This might be more of a hot take, but I'm very high on Jake McGee. I only think he really sucked in Colorado because it's Colorado, and he's a lefty too, so that definitely hurts you. But like, I think Jake McGee is a top 5 lefty reliever in the game outside of Colorado. If I'm being honest, like I'd love to see us acquire Jake McGee.
See, but you're doing it again. You're playing fantasy baseball, and we have no idea what the front office are thinking. I just think that it's an easy way to get let down.
Well, Jake McGee's a veteran too. Like that's actually reasonable.
Do you know? I don't like playing this game because as soon as you start getting names into your head, and you're like, oh, do you know what? Imagine we had them. And then it's like, it doesn't happen. You just disappoint yourself. So I'm just like, you know what? Wait and see what happens if it happens. Look, I've backed the front office this year, and I think that they will do the right thing. But the reality is that they might turn around and say, do you know what? We're not doing nothing this year because we don't actually think we're quite in a position to compete. Because let's face it, there's not been anything to show that we are in a position where we could actually compete. Not really, because it's been we win, we lose, we win, we lose. And if there was a bit more consistency, then maybe the conversation we have now is a little bit different, but it hasn't quite been there yet.
Well, in 2015, the Jays were off to a good start, but they weren't off to like a World Series team kind of start. But they still went big at the deadline. And what do you know? They won the East. Game 6 of the championship series. I always forget if they lost in game 6 or 7, if I'm being honest.
Six.
Yeah, 6. But yeah, see, we still went for it. We got Price, Tulo, Mark Lowe, We got another reliever. We got all sorts of guys at the deadline. Ben Revere. Like, I could see us honestly doing that again. Like, if we're in second place at the deadline,
I hope
I
we
think
don't
we're
get
buying.
too low again. Please don't let that happen.
You know what? Why don't we trade for Tanner Roark at the deadline, assuming he's with another team? You know, veteran presence, could
Oh God.
decent little pitcher. You know, big diesel.
Boys,
Um,
look, I'm gonna cut it short. Reason being is the game is about to start soon, and I'm busted. I'm done. It's been a very different Jays with Jays talk today. It definitely didn't go the way that I was expecting, but you learn from your mistakes. And if I forget to push record one more time, I'm going to hang myself. As always, guys, thank you very much for coming on. Great effort on the quiz. We will speak to Steve. We will get Steve involved. Guys, just let everyone know where they can find you over the next week and what your handles are on social media.
All right. You can follow me on Instagram at the Zack Pack, and follow me and my buddy's podcast, Jason 6, weekly episode. So yeah.
And for myself, you can probably follow me on my Instagram at Sheldon Boostboy. That's my personal one. You can always get a
Oh,
hold of
you
me
just
there.
linked your personal. No, I don't have to do it.
Yeah, there you go. It's the same thing, man. You'll find it. I also got 2 other shows coming up. The 40/40 Club with co-host Bram Aaron and myself. We talk about all kinds of stuff. Some of it a little more serious than we normally talk about. So you'll probably hear us in the next day or two talk about the Roberto Alomar situation and everything else that's been going on in baseball. And also, I got my personal one, my own little show about time too. Into the Gaps. I usually have a different co-host showing up every week. Last week was about the Yankees, and this week looks like we're going to be talking about the Jays or maybe the Giants. Which
Welcome back to Tim and Friends.
So literally during this, like they've been cut off. I haven't pushed record. It's been a nightmare trying to record this properly. But I have to say massive thanks to Sheldon. Massive thanks to Zack for coming on. I'm going to try and get my head around this a bit more. It's been a little bit of a different podcast today, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. We will be doing another one on probably Sunday or Monday. I'm not too sure. Make sure you continue to follow on the socials. Make sure you subscribe, because I know a lot of people have been watching on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure you like and tell your friends if they're into the Blue Jays. It's something a little bit different for everyone. If you consume a podcast over on Spotify, Apple Music, etc., make sure you follow, like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And I'll see you again in a couple of days for another edition of Jay's Talk with Jay.